Hello, everyone, and welcome to another great game night brought to you by the Wednesday Night Crew. Today we play the game Outgunned. It's a cinematic RPG brought to you by two little mice. Witness the crew of the spaceship Stardancer on their adventure Stellar Heist and Quantum Run. The crew gets to be their characters from Eberron Adventures. Only not really. How does this connect? Is it a multiversal cop-out? A cheap shot for me to buy time for the main storyline? Or is it just one gigantic trolling of our small but mighty listener base? Oh friends, it's none of those things. Let's listen to see what happens. Welcome back to half of the Wednesday Night Crew, as we have a couple out on maternity and paternity leave. Congratulations to them both. And Andrew is hopefully going to avoid any sort of hurricane activity in his vacation time. Let's jump back in what will be the finale of the Outgunned adventure, Stellar Heist, where we last left our band of pirates. Is you were in the ship graveyard, as I recall, which the starship graveyard, which actually Megacorp was referring to as like their sort of their holding bay for ships that either needed repair or were being retired, things of that nature. You flew in, captain flew you in, and then you were flown in, and you were directed to a ship, and that ship had a Predalien upon it. And so, as I recall, Skogar and Valmarella fought that alien outside, while at the same time, the rest of you were in a space battle with Axford. If I recall, that is what took place. What I don't did you defeat Axford?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Definitely. Yes, we defeated.
Stop it.
All the things.
Was there a ship identified that you needed to go to yet? Did we get that far?
Yeah, they put the spotlight on the one we needed to head towards.
That was because that was part of the arrangement that Dean Branchbreaker was doing for you. So let's kind of jump right back in, and I think this is the part where I have to get a little bit creative considering our current scenario. You guys are so Cash, I believe that you were handling the comms, right? And
that's what I usually do, yeah.
Yep. And Luke was a gunner.
Correct.
And Skogar, you had just come back in from fighting this alien, and you're back inside the ship.
Yeah, I need to get this spacewalk suit to the laundry room immediately.
Okay.
This goo seems to be sizzling.
So as you start to walk away, slowly taking the suit off, like while you're walking, like in that slow motion, cool, like disrobe, but you still have clothes on underneath, kind of thing that you see in some of those like action or sci-fi movies when someone's changing in slow mo. So the spotlight that is actually shining upon the ship that you need to travel to, it just keeps getting, it gets like brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter, and then it gets so bright to the point where it becomes temporarily blinding. And this is right around the time as Cash, the captain, is saying something to you. We've got Valmarella is also coming inside the ship, and we've got Azuri who is basically just kind of lurking and trying to think of what the next thing he's going to do to contribute. And this spotlight gets brighter and brighter, and Cash, Luke, and Skogar, you all become blinded for a split second, and you hear like a loud ringing noise as that bright light starts to fade away, and you start to regain your vision back. And this takes like a few seconds. And as this happens, you regain your vision only to find that it is only you, Cash, Luke, and Skogar on the ship. The captain is gone. Azuri is gone, and Valmarella is gone. and it's just the three of you.
Well, let's hope nothing has happened to them. Nothing bad has happened to them. Let's hope. But
Could happen to us.
I'm the captain now.
I think Cash might have something to say about that thought.
well, I think once we get this whatever we're looking for, we'll sell it, make money, and we could be captains of whatever. We could all buy a ship, right? We could be our own captains. I'm okay with that.
We're only split into 3 ways now if we can't find them, right?
Think of all the food you can buy with that, Luke.
I won't have to eat those 2 NPCs.
Well,
Yeah.
let's not rule that out just yet, but yeah.
All right, I didn't know we were going there, but it's all right.
Because I don't think we've established yet that like what Skogar's eating habits really are in this universe, in this gaming system.
Yeah.
So as like, I mean, is there any other sort of so out of game, obviously they're not here. This is the end of the one shot. So how do I sign them off right out of this thing here? But so in game question for your characters, like that's the extent of the reaction. There's no additional concern about having half of your crew gone.
Maybe the aliens did something with them. Like, can we open up hailing comms cache to the aliens? Like maybe they transported them off the ship.
Sure.
What is it? Not the millennial key. What's it called? The
Polarity key?
The
singularity key.
The singularity key. Maybe it transported them, and they're on the ship we're going to. Like, I have a feeling like if we do our mission right, I have a feeling like we'll rescue them at the same time.
That is some positive thinking.
That seems like the sort of thing that's happened to us before in our many adventures.
So the comms that you have accessible currently that you know of is pretty much to Megacorp, because the ship that the alien was on was a dead ship, as you assume. There was no like signal coming from it or anything. Initially, no signs of life upon scanning it either. So right now,
Megacorp sent us to this alien ship, right?
Initially, yes, that's where you were sent first.
So I feel like that was a trap. So I can't trust Megacorp. So I'd call them, but I don't want to.
Okay.
Maybe we can trust Megacorp, but I wouldn't trust that crusty old Dean. We saw that he was up to something, and he was.
As you say that, Skogar, you instantaneously flashback, and you're sitting in this office, and you're sitting in an office, and you're sitting with the with the chair turned around with its back like up against your chest, right, and you're leaning on it like this, and you kind of got one foot up kind of high, so your knees sitting up high on your left side, and you're just shaking your head no at this lizard folk that is at the other side of the desk, who you of course make the connection that this is also a dean, but a dean of a different kind, and you're starting to get like kind of frustrated, like that looks like me, but that wasn't me, and like so you're flashing back to the video footage of when you got framed for your vandalism, and then you snap back to it, and you're back in space again.
Cash and
Luke, thank you.
Just noticed as he was staring out into the middle distance, Skogar was just grinding his teeth. But yes, right. I'm with you.
We need to direct Skogar to something else. Listen, like everybody's got themselves a tracker on them. If we set up like the DNA tracker, we'll check to see what they're, just punch in their DNA. It's all in the system. It'll tell us if they're safe or not, and we can relax from there. So let me just punch that in real quick.
Lupar did say exactly where we was going with the captain and Velma, but I wasn't paying attention though. Yeah.
So currently there is no, like, you're not getting. You have these things. You've checked in to these trackers, and you're not able to discern any signal coming from any of them.
Huh. Okay, well, that's, I guess that's bad news.
I mean, we barely have very good communications here. There's all sorts of asteroid belt stuff. I'm sure something's interfering with it. I'm still positive we're going to find these guys.
And I did unhook the transmitter. I don't know if that was pertinent, but
oh yeah, that might have. Yeah, no, that's actually. I think that's pretty important for what I was trying to do, Skogar. I really, I don't think that whatever I was trying to do would happen without the transponder. So
we only have one plug down there, so I don't know. I've just been picking and choosing.
Yeah, we really should have picked up like one of those, power strips. What you gonna
do? Surge protectors.
space
surge
power
protector.
Well, we got to get an electrician through here, fix up the whole place. I mean, this place is honestly, somebody, I'm just saying, not keeping up with the latest and greatest. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know what else we can do for them. If I know the captain, and I sort of do, she would have wanted us to finish the mission. That's what she was about, finishing the mission. So that's what we're going to do for Velma and the captain and Azuri.
And the money.
Azuri would want us to turn around, definitely, and go back. But we're not going to. He wasn't the captain.
And the never named animal sidekick. Just kidding. So you're heading towards. You see there's a spotlight beam. It's shining on a ship in the distance. It is very much another carrier type of ship. It is not as big. It's not as big as the one that you landed on that had the alien in it. And it looks like there's a little bit more life to this ship as far as like lights and things like that are on. It's not like completely dark. And you can see that in the distance as you slowly approach.
Yeah, let's any life signs if we do a scan?
Go for it.
Well, I'll go plug it in. Okay, it should be blinking now.
Do I have to roll for this? Or does
no? I think it's fine. Because I mean, the systems you turn the system on, the system detects what it detects, right? So maybe we did that earlier on, but we won't worry about that here. So, you notice that as you turn it on, there's like a surge that comes through, an energy surge that comes through it, and you see, it's so like if you envision like in the old, what was it, the 80s, 1980s, or probably the 80s, early 90s, like the Star Wars games that were like more pixelated, right? Yeah. And it was all like the line art pixelated stuff, or like Battlezone, right? The old school Battlezone of like where everything was done with line graphics. It's like that's the kind of screen you're looking at. And as you do the life form scan, and you see it's like it's got a shape of the ship you're going to, and there's a scan beam that's coming from the ship your ship going over this ship, right? And you can see peppered throughout the entirety of this ship are just these blips. Blip, to the point where it's like layers and layers and layers of multiples, and then you see but they're all concentrated in one area, and the rest of the ship does not have that.
Okay. Do we think that we can scan for where we think the singularity portal is?
So the quantum vault.
Quantum vault, yeah.
Yep. Which is what that you assume that key is for. So there's really, I would say in that case you would probably have to roll, and I feel like that would be like a focus no, to understand if this is something that you can even ascertain, right? Like, is there a way that you can change the frequency on the scanner so that you can pick up if there's a different energy?
Yeah, I'm wondering if we can use the key that we have, that maybe it has the same sort of energy signal as the other thing, and do it that way.
Yeah, focus no seems like probably the way to go.
I can't seem to find my character sheet. Can you tell me how many dice to roll?
I actually can, yes.
All the dice.
No, you get 3.
Well, that's not a lot.
No, it's not.
And I did not have any successes whatsoever.
Okay, you can't seem to get it to work. But you inherently know that this is a good idea, and that, is this something
Maybe
you want
Cash
to
is
share with
more-
the rest of the group? Maybe.
Yeah, like Cash, you've got more use out of these computers. Maybe you can do something with.
All right, let me see what I got. What do I need to roll here? What am I looking for?
Focus no.
Focus. Nar.
You also have 3.
Yeah, I also have 3 in that. And that's something. Nar. Oh ho! Have I made a deal with the devil, or did I just roll 3 6s? My goodness.
Dang. I would say both. Nicely done. So you got as I believe it's called, the critical success, right? So you are able to get this frequency to match up, and what you are able to discern is that let's envision. So imagine, if you will, you've just done the scan for the life forms, and that's gone, and you've seen on this one end of the ship that all these blips are in this one section, right? And then you flip the frequency to this frequency that matches up with the key, and then you put the beam back up in the so it's going back the opposite direction, and all of that energy is in the same spot where all the blips are.
Well, that figures.
Nothing's ever easy, Luke, and this does not surprise me whatsoever.
No, it turns out that it's not as easy as we thought.
But maybe it's just like algae, lichen, friendly
like
plants.
microbes, or something.
Microbes, no biggie.
Yeah. I wonder, are turrets on this ship, can they be recalibrated to stun? Maybe not just blow shit up. Maybe we could stun everything and then go in, or maybe we could disable the life support system and kill all those things before we have to face off against it.
So the one thing I will say in relation to the turrets is that any shooting you do with the turret is really only going to affect the outside of that ship.
Got it.
Yeah, I don't think that we can.
On the inside.
Yeah. Okay.
Listen, just grab some laser pistols.
Got it.
Just be ready for it. I don't know what else.
Yeah. I just hope we're not outgunned.
Well, if that was your catchphrase, we'd give you something. Calling out the name of the thing is not the same.
I mean, that is fair.
I'll bring this wrench. We got it all covered.
Yeah, I got my 2 blasters. You've got your wrench. What do you got, Cash?
I also have some laser blasters here, so we're
and your charming
ready.
personality. So
that goes without saying.
So the ship proceeds to you're within docking range to be able to land and connect upon that ship. You see on top, as you get towards the opposite end of the ship, there's how in a lot of the sci-fi movies, the dock coming in is at the bottom of the ship, and it's like a field that you go through and you fly through it and you land and you can come out of it and breathe and everything's fine. So you see on top of this ship, you see from where you're going to land, you do see that there's that similar bay, but it's on top versus on the bottom.
Okay.
So you can, Cash, as acting captain, you can decide to land outside, fly into it, whatever you think is right.
Nope. There's nothing, I can tell there's nothing at the docking station, so I'm just going to dock where, where appropriate, I guess,
Okay. So you're going to fly, so you're going to fly into it then?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So as you fly into it, you're able to land. And when you land the ship, you see that you land the ship. You're able to open your door if you choose to. But as the ship lands, you look outside the window and you see in the distance on the floor, you see a lot of like half lit lights that are like strip lights with like poles that are they're poles coming up from the bottom, and the light bars are going across it. And that's what you see like on the floor in the immediate view of out of the windshield of the ship.
Well,
That's on the outside of the ship.
What's that?
They're in the hallways of the ship.
So like so you flew the ship into this bay and you landed it, right? So you flew in,
Right.
you kind of go down a little bit, you land, but you see in front of you on the floor, there's lights that are lighting up,
Okay.
dimly lighting up the place. But I'm just describing the way that these lights are constructed.
Almost if they're extras and not part of the ship. Like they're not like lights that are built into the ship. They're like they seem to have been put there by somebody who.
No, they're built in. They're built in.
Oh, okay.
It's part of the design of the ship. 100%.
Okay.
100%.
Well, I mean, this is easy. It lights our way.
Yeah. So, opening. What are you doing? Are you opening the door, heading out?
Extending breach hatch, Captain, and this umbilical cord. Bump. Kind of.
Heyo.
There you go. All right,
So-
let's move in.
All right.
go.
So you open the door, and as you step out, are you stepping out first, Captain?
Do we have our red shirts?
No, it's just,
Skogard probably needed to get his wrench to swivel open the door.
I think you have one because I think the other one was knocked out, if I recall.
Yeah, I'm stepping right out. I'm stepping out with the other red shirt.
So you can have Kron.
Kron will cut
Omi-
out with me.
Yeah, Omi will be out.
Let's go, Kron.
And
When
let's
Oni
say
wakes up,
that-
he'll watch the ship.
let's say that you can control Kron if the opportunity arises, and we're just going to I'll tell you the amount of dice he'll get for his rolls, and we'll just kind
All
of
right.
keep it that way.
Sounds
That's how
good.
We'll play it, but you can use them as an extra action as we progress. So you step out of the ship, and you take a quick glance. You take a quick glance around and up, and you see on the ceiling that there's like a lot of lines, like solid lines, dashed lines, and like different colors, yellow, white. Some are like look like they're tape marking off areas and spaces, if you will.
It's a nice tape job here. It's almost like somebody didn't want other people to go on this side of the ship, so they taped it off.
And you can see some like, I wouldn't call them like, they're probably like in between a man door and a garage door in size. You see a few of those doors that are actually like coming from the top down, like they start at the ceiling.
And we're in a hallway. We're
It's like just a giant bay.
giant bay.
Yeah. So right now where you are standing, you're standing outside of your ship. There's lights with poles, like poles coming from the ground, and the lights don't start until probably close to just below your height, right? And you see up above you all these lines and stuff on the ceiling. And
I think
doors.
the ship's upside down. Took me a bit.
There you go. Yes. You were on the ship upside down.
I just couldn't figure it out because in space it doesn't seem like. But now that we're here, it totally makes sense, man. Somebody flipped this ship upside down.
You're in the upside down. This is not a Stranger Things connection, by the way. Just where there's not going to be any what is it? What was the monster in the beginning of the beginning of the series?
Demogorgon?
Yeah, Demogorgon. Yeah, there's no Demogorgons. So, yeah. So you're on the ceiling. And,
Oh, what a feeling!
yeah, when you're standing on the ceiling, and the floor is above you.
And we do feel there's a gravitational.
Yeah, you're
good. Like we're just walking. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Well, couldn't stop us from exploring this place.
Yeah, and I got these mag boots if we need them later, so I can get to the other side.
And we've got some sort of handheld scanner, so we know which direction we're going towards, where we think both the vault and these creatures may be.
Is that a question or a statement?
It is a statement.
I mean,
So
that's
let's
what
have
we
that.
need to be doing. We need to be heading towards that stuff.
Yep.
Maybe if we can find some way to reverse the polarity. I don't know if that's going to be a big deal. Hopefully most of the rest of the ship is not a giant bay. And, I guess, how do we get up there is what the real question is. Do we have jetpacks? What do we got?
I got these mag boots, but
It sounds like the gravity's fine. We'll just walk on the ceiling till we'll get there. We'll figure out if we need to be upside down once at that
Yeah,
point.
but like we need to get through one of those doors up there.
Well, the doors wouldn't be on the ceiling because that'd be on the floor. They'd be straight still.
No, but
There's
the doors right now to get out of this bay are up there. No?
Correct.
Can't just blast it.
Yeah, but we can blast it, but how do we get there?
So essentially, right
what else
now,
do we see?
Skogar has the only solve right now.
What else do we see in this bay? What's it full of? It's
Are there any mag boots?
So
we could push these crates together.
There you go.
The bay, yeah. So actually, that's a good point. So you look up, and you see like some control, like podium controls type deal. So like if you were standing, if it was flipped the right way, it would look like a control board, right? Like at a podium size area that you would walk up to and access. Where you're seeing it up above you, like it's obviously like affixed to the floor, right? So it's just you see it up above you, and then all around you, like just scattered about here and there, are different size crates that are on the ceiling. Technically, you're 4, and that's really the main things you notice right now on an initial look.
Skogar starts pushing the biggest crate he can find as the bottom of it, and let's get our way up there. It looks about
Sure.
boy, that's like 70 feet.
So you're pushing it. Where are you pushing it to?
Directly underneath the control board.
Okay, cool. Why don't you roll a brawn force for me?
Okay. Oh yeah, that's a 6-bagger.
Yeah, you got a lot in that one. You have 6 dice.
All right. 2 2s, 2 3s, 2
Okay.
basic successes.
Yep. So you're good enough where you can actually push the crate so it's directly underneath that podium. So now it's a matter of just like obviously I'm assuming you're trying to build a way to climb closer to it.
Yeah, he's just continuously like stacking crates,
Okay.
just kind of making a little pyramid and video game style.
Crazy question first for you, Skogar. Just to kind of open up the creative possibilities here for you. Do you still have those mag boots on?
Yeah, but he doesn't have them like, I assume they got to turn them on.
So I guess my point is, there's walls, right? Like, have you Have you considered that?
As Skogar is continuing to push these crates up, he goes, "Oh my God, I'm tired. I gotta sit down for a second." And he sits down on the one crate. And he goes, "My feet are itching." And he goes down and accidentally hits this thing, and it goes bink, and his leg just shoots up to the wall. Oh, you know what? That probably would have been easier. All right, hold on. So he activates the other one, and this wall, and he's like crazy bent backwards, and he's going to try to slink it away up the wall, which is probably the harder part than actually being upside down.
No, so you're scaling the wall at a slower rate, but you're getting up there. Does the captain and Kron want to do anything? Luke want to do anything? Putting all the money on Skogar? Like, what's the thought?
Is there any like rope around that we could, space rope that we can toss to him?
None that you see. But remember, I did. You remember what was already announced in your surroundings.
I don't remember.
Crates,
Lots of crates.
All right, let's bust open one of these crates. See what's inside. Maybe there's something good in there.
Or I could just, if I hit the lever, and then you guys just be prepared to jump.
Let's try a focus detect. Yeah.
Focus detect. Come on, critical success. That is not a critical success this time around.
So you haven't found anything yet?
That's just space junk.
Too.
Okay, sure. Focus detect as well.
I did not either.
Okay. If you guys want to look in a crate together, you can combine all of your dice together to see if you get any matches. We'll break the.
I got a 2, a 3, and a 4.
The dice, the dice logic.
I got a 2 and a 3.
So that's 6. 2 successes.
What did you say? Together? Oh wait, the lever.
Two basic successes.
Skogar, as you're doing this, Skogar's starting to pull the lever.
No. Let's draw this out a little bit more. I like this. This is great.
No, I meant it was like he didn't do it yet, but you can see that's what he interpreted.
You guys are against the clock to race against. How do you figure out how to keep yourselves from falling at this distance to the floor? Because Skogar is just going to go flip the switch. So you're rushing to get this figured out. So between the two of you, you find a rope. It's a rather thick, strong tensile rope that you have found. Skogar is getting closer to that control podium.
Wait.
Wait, what are we doing with the rope? Because it's not how they're going to help us exactly.
What are you doing?
Well, maybe by climbing it until we're right there, and when he flips the lever, we only have to jump like a foot instead of like 30 feet.
Well, out of game. If you secure it now, you'll have it tied on the top side when it flips.
So is there a bulkhead somewhere we can attach it to? Some sort of, if nothing else, the lights that are hanging or.
We could tie it around one of the lights, and then
the light fixture.
When he flips the switch, we just
hang
out of the rope and
do one of you want to roll a focus detect to give you any extra potential advantages?
Hey, dude, let's look together.
I got 2 6s and a 5.
Oh, you're good.
Lever. Okay. I got it. Okay, lever.
So you see that, Luke, you see that the poles that are like that the lights are connected to that are coming from the ceiling look to be rather thick. And you think they might be sturdy enough to tie this to?
I'm a small guy, so I'm pretty sure I'll be okay.
Yep. I would say you can definitely assess that you would be fine. You're like, maybe this could take Cash too.
Yeah, Kron, I'm not so sure about, but I think Cash and I are okay.
Yeah.
So
I've already forgotten about him.
So you've secured the rope. You've tied it to that pole. you've done it in such a way that it's a pretty solid knot the way you wrapped it around. And what are you doing as far as to secure yourself and or the captain? How's that gonna go?
Yeah, I mean, if we've got time, I'll loop it through my utility belt and throw it over to Cash to loop it through his.
Yeah, let's try a nerves cool for that.
Nerves cool.
As you hear the lever click.
Ooh, shit.
Nope.
Man.
So Luke, you're tied. Cash, what about you?
That is a no-go.
Okay. So you do still have somebody. You do still have a NPC you could command potentially.
Come on, tie this shit to me. Come on.
So why don't you give? Do you remember what you rolled for yours?
6, 4, 3, and 1.
All right. Why don't you give Kron three dice and then mix that with your 6, 4, 3, 1.
Hey, that gets 6, a 4, and a 2. So that's success.
2 basics.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So 2 basic successes allow Kron to securely tie you, so that you and Luke are tied together. And he's like, so where do you think I could fit into this? And before he finishes his sentence, Skogar, you flip the switch,
and you
you're
hear a boom.
You're like kind of sideways, sort of like pulling yourself, and you're like, yeah, this switch should work, and you just flip it, and everything just goes, and like all the crates that were on the ceiling fall.
Skogar looks straight up above him.
Star Dancer falls. And in addition, you guys fall. So Luke and Cash, you fall.
Hang on, dude. Oh.
And then the rope and then the rope gets you, and so it hurts as your body just kind of feels that centrifugal force, right? And as you're falling, you see Kron wait, what about me? He's trying to reach to grab your hand, Cash, and is unsuccessful.
Skogar tries to kick one crate up underneath Cash. Or I'm sorry, not Cash, Kron.
You kick the crate and you see Kron fall right next to the crate and just land on the floor. And you just hear a very, very brutal breaking, cracking noise as he goes.
Oh.
And as the camera pans out, you saw the crate was marked pillows.
A crate of pillows. A hard crate of pillows.
Oh.
So Kron is unfortunately not going to make it to the end of this story. So you have right-sided the ship that you are on. Star Dancer is kind of effed right now, as it crashed to the floor when everything flipped.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
And yeah, and it so it's upside down and just kind of trash right now. So you don't necessarily have you might not have a way off either, depending upon if you can get this ship running. So when the time comes, so what would you like to do now? So now you're on the floor, you're on the real floor, and everything's flipped as it should be.
Well, now we start looking for the vault.
Yeah.
Fire up the thing and fire up the map.
Let's use our scanner.
Right, yeah.
And head that way.
One of these colors.
So turn on the scanners. Immediately, it's pointing to one of the sliding double-sized man doors. That's a sliding door. It's closed down at the bottom. So it's like a whatever you call that type of door.
Yeah, going through there.
Like garage style door. but it's closed.
Is there a switch around? Control panel?
The only control panel that you can see is the control podium that Skogar manhandled when he was flipping switches to try to.
Skogar, open this door. Don't flip that lever, though.
Oh, good thing I brought my wrench, and it's kind of silly. I put the nuts on the outside of this door. All right.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but I don't want to see that.
So
Skogar is going to try to mechanically unfasten like a locking mechanism or a pivotal point of the door with his big ass wrench. Whatever that would be. Brawn force again, I assume.
Yeah.
All right, I like that.
When your only tool's a wrench, everything's a nut and bolt.
Right. All right. 3 6s and nothing else.
That's good.
No. Yes, 3 6s and nothing else. Thank you.
Critical.
That's crit.
Critical success. So, what exactly do you do?
So he just kind of walks up to it and says, "Yeah, see the weakness of these electromag doors is this locking pin here." And he just jams the big wrench in and just torques down on it, and like it just pops, bing, and this. Even though the door is supposed to lift up sideways or lift like vertically up through the thing, it just kind of like teeters open a couple feet.
There you go.
Yeah. So as you do that, you the what do you call it? The door just sort of slides open slowly, smoothly, actually, surprisingly, and you see a. This is an entrance now to a rather large hallway that's heading deeper into the ship, but then takes a turn to the right. And the hallway is lit, just kind of dimly lit.
And on the floor now, we're following one of the colored lined pathways somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, there's a yellow line, a blue line, and a gray line, all together, going together in the direction you're headed.
Looks like everything's this way.
As you head down, you turn right, and then you see like you turn right, and then you see that there's another short turn, and you're using your sensor to kind of help you a little bit with navigating closer to where the energy is. And you see that the lines break up, and you see that all 3 lines break up into different pathways. Which way would you like to go?
We are left, right?
Always
left.
All right. So you head to the left. We're going to call this the yellow line, I believe was one of the colors. And you head further, and this hall ends at a door, and this is a open, like a sliding to the side door, and it says there's a sign next to it, and it's an alien language that's not familiar to all of you. However, Cash, you're able to discern that it says infirmary.
Hey, you want to gather up Crom? We can drop him off in here.
I mean, we need like a shovel.
Oh my God.
Spatula.
Oh, geez. Let's go in here. Maybe we can collect a couple of, infirmary things, and then, stock up on those health potions before we hit the big bad. Am I right?
Yep.
Does look like there's some medical applicators in there.
So yeah, so you're gonna open the door, and you go into the infirmary, and you just see like a series, of beds just all lined up on either side of the wall, and you see that none of the beds are occupied. There's a couple of them that are like kind of roughed up, unmade. A couple of them that are like stained. So it's different assortments of conditions of these beds. And towards the back of this infirmary, you can see that there's 3 capsules that are leaned at an angle up against, like looking like they're up against the wall from where you're standing.
Like
the capsules are like pods, right?
Yeah.
And
Like
you can't
cryopods or medical
maybe
pods?
like you can't really make out like
Yeah.
it's like a smoked glass, like tinted, right? So you can't really make out what's inside, but you just see that these are some sort of like some sort of pods,
Human
some
size.
kind. Yep, humanoid size, yeah, people size.
I mean,
What
that makes
where
sense.
where are scanners picking up? Anything? Are we getting close to the place we need to be, or any of the
The
creatures?
scan. So you're in a different direction from where the bigger energy is coming from, because you went left, so you sort of went in the opposite direction of that.
Got it. We probably should have
and-
looked at that.
But on the scanner, you see like it's like you see 3 blips, and the blips are not consistent. Like so they don't stay as solid dots. They kind of come in and out in those 3 pods.
Space Ghost.
What would you like?
Wait, they go on the pods?
The 3 lights that are
Yeah.
on your scanner that you see, like 'cause
Correspond.
before you were seeing like a bunch of blips right over by where
Yep.
you believe the vault to be. Well, in front of here, you are seeing this scanner is telling you, but not telling you consistently, that there is life in these pods.
Oh, I want to take a closer look at the pods. Maybe our friends are in there. Maybe it's the captain.
Hey,
And the rest.
yeah, maybe. Check it out.
Okay.
Laser blaster.
Careful though. last pods were not very friendly to us.
Right. So, yeah. So are you? So you've got a left one, a center one, and a right one.
Yep. Center one.
Okay. You look at the center one, and you have to kind of really put your face up to the glass to be able to see through it.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea.
Yeah. And as you do that, you
Jump scare.
Yeah, a little
as
alien sucker.
as you do that, you see inside the pod is nice, is someone that is a figure that it looks exactly like Cash.
Hey, I turn around and look at Cash and look in. I'm scared, but I'm going to go look at the right one.
Okay. You go look at the right one.
Is it the
and
captain?
and you see yourself inside it, laying in the pod.
Ooh.
Hey, Cash, go look inside that center one. Skogar, I have a feeling you should look in the one on the left.
Okay.
So Skogar, you walk up and look in the one on the left, and you see Sable inside of that one.
Well, that threw us off.
Yeah.
My clone.
I got Cash's too. What do you guys got?
I mean, I'll take
So-
a look.
Yeah, so Cash, you take a look in the pod that Luke told you to take a look in, and inside of it you see Captain Lissa.
Oh,
Yeah, the captain's here. Cool. Good job.
I thought it was you when I looked in. Take another look.
Okay, I mean,
I look at mine again.
I think I know the difference between me and Captain Liz.
So Luke, you look in yours, and you see Valmarella in there.
As I do this, can I look at the scanner and like see if they're fading in and out in conjunction with how they're fading in and out in the pod?
Give me a what is that? One roll. It is a focus no, please.
Which is
Or no, focus detect. Focus detect.
No.
Oh, so for you,
focus
sorry.
detect is 3.
1 second. It is, yeah, you got 3 for that one.
I got 2 6s. Basic
Okay.
success.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty straightforward. This is simple enough to track that you see like, okay, when this thing blinks,
They're blinking.
when there's a dead spot, it stays, and then when it blinks, it changes.
All right. Well, I think at least we know where our friends sort of are, but I was confused because I saw myself in there for a second, and I also saw you, Cash. So I don't know if we're gonna blink in and out of existence or what's gonna go on, but all the more reason to potentially find the vault sooner rather than later. I have a feeling like its powerful energy is causing some weird anomalies in this area of the space graveyard.
That is an interesting theory, and let's leave these pods alone and just keep moving. I think is the best. I think that's a good course of action.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best. I don't want to mess with things I don't understand.
I like that attitude.
Yeah. So as you walk out of the infirmary, you close the door behind you, and you head back to where the path split off, and there's still 2 other directions you can go.
Whichever direction gets us closer to the energy thing for the vault.
Yeah, let's follow that. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's going to be the gray. It's going to be the gray line.
Works for me.
Follow it.
Okay. All right. So as you go, you head down this long hallway, and it's getting bigger and bigger as you head down it, like expanding, and the gray line's getting like wider and wider until eventually the entire floor is gray. And this hallway has now opened up to a very large open room, and you can see at the other side there is an incredibly large silver door, and to either side of that silver door you see 2 mech robots on either side of the door.
Cool.
Do they appear to be active or just literally standing in a dormant state?
You see no lights. You see no sort of lights, like energy, anything coming off of them, moving on them, anything like that.
Well, they're guarding something.
Well, I mean, I guess
In this room, just to give you size too, real quick, we're talking like maybe 120 feet square.
Oh, wow.
Room. Decent size. Pretty big. Pretty big shoe. Very large. Silver door is like garage door size.
And there's nothing else in here. It's just a big open corridor.
Big open space. Like it's a
space. Right?
It's a I would call it a room, but it's not really a room because it's just a hallway that kept opening up and getting bigger and bigger.
And what does our scanner show? Like that door is the energy source?
The scanner shows that not too far behind that door is the heavy amount of blips and energy, and your scanners are actually starting to vibrate pretty violently. And Cash, yours actually overheats and gets really hot.
I'm gonna shut it off and not burn myself.
Okay, good call.
Yeah.
You shut yours off. And like Luke, yours is just like it just won't stop shaking.
Yeah. I'm gonna stow it and let's head towards that door.
Okay, are you stow it? What are you gonna do with it? Where are you putting it?
Like holster it or something.
Oh, okay.
I shut it off and attached to my belt.
There you go. It's good that you said that. So you shut it off. Smart move. Otherwise, it would have exploded on your hip. So well done there. You passed that test. And are you guys? So you're heading towards the robots? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Which one would have Velma for this?
So what I would like is, because I'm assuming all of you are walking forward, so I would really like it if each one of you could please roll, we're going to call it nerves. No, wait. Focus dexterity. That's what we're going to call it. So Luke, you're going to get a whopping 3 dice for yours. So it's focus plus dexterity.
You said all of us, right?
Yes, every one of you. It's basically like a dex, like a dex save, pretty much.
I got 1 basic success.
Okay.
I got zeros.
I got nothing.
Okay. All right. So Luke, you're walking like normal, but you see to either side of you Skogar and Cash as they step forward. Each like in Cash's left foot sinks into the floor. Skogar's right foot sinks into the floor. At which point you have triggered
Space quicksand.
You've triggered the floor sensor points, and these 2 mech robots have now become active.
Of course they have.
And they come to proverbial life, and you hear a voice over a speaker, and it is garbled it's very like fuzzy, kind of hard to make up, but you can still hear it. And the voice says, stop, intruders, stop, intruders.
No, I'm just the mechanic. I noticed when you stood up there, you got a bit of a limp. Mind if I take a look?
Skogar, roll brawn stunt, please.
Brawn stunt. Okay.
As one of the mech robots shoots at you with its laser.
It is 2 basic successes.
Okay, so you just take 1 grit as one of the many beams hits your shoulder.
Yeah. Your targeting sensor's off too. That hurts though. I mean, I can't report back to my supervisor until I check every robot. But okay.
Ever the helpful mechanic.
As he's briskly walking forward, and he took a damage.
Yeah, you take a grit. Yep. And just as we go through this, and you guys take grit, if you take a bunch of it and you actually get to the bad spot on your grit, tell me.
Okay.
I'm super looking forward to that. My character, it's got a bunch of stuff for that.
Because I would then give you a condition. So, okay, yeah. So that robot just shot. Cash, I'm going to need you to also do a brawn stunt, please.
Sure. I got a success.
A basic
success, 2s.
Okay.
2 2s.
Okay, so you take 1 grit as a blast also hits you, like grazes your arm.
Ah. All right.
Yeah, so this is pretty open, like just like it's been, right? So there's not really an initiative order, so you guys can do stuff. Because this is like, this is sort of like sci-fi action movie kind of things going on, right? So these robots continue to get in better positions to fire at you as they're sort of kind of like slowly at a decent pace, but not like regular humanoid speed, but like, robot mech speed as they sort of like reposition and start to get ready to fire another set of shots. This time at all 3 of you.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm hoping, since they didn't notice me, that I could sneak behind and hope that they have a weak spot like the AT-ATs in Empire Strikes Back, like below that.
Well, why don't you try let's try a focus. Let's say focus stealth seems right.
Focus stealth looks like
you get 4 dice.
4 dice.
Yeah.
And you do notice, as Skogar did say, I noticed you stood up with a limp. So one of them, the gear is severely corroded in its right hip thruster.
I think you need to roll for that. You already
If it succeeds,
I got a basic success, Bill.
Okay. So I don't know that it's enough to go. No, you know what? Yeah, you get up towards behind it, but you're going to need to make another stealth roll before you can even actually look to see if there's a weak spot. So you'll have to do like 2 more rolls.
Okay.
To actually find out stuff. So we'll let you roll. We can let you roll another stealth roll, and if you want because to me, like, focus stealth seems like a good option for you.
Yeah.
Or because I mean,
I got another basic success.
Okay. So you can now do a search. Where you should do. I feel like focus, no.
Yeah.
Or focus awareness. Either way, it's still 3 dice.
Or detect.
Or detect, yeah. But you're still any of those. You're still looking at 3 dice.
All right. Nothing, but I'd like to push this one or re-roll. Yeah.
You can only re-roll if you have to have at least 1 basic success to do a re-roll.
Okay. Then I can't.
Yeah. Now, you know what though? I'm willing to freestyle a little bit, and if you want to give yourself a negative attribute and take a grit, I'll let you do a full re-roll.
Sure.
Do it.
I'm all for that. I will take a grit and re-roll.
Okay.
And nothing happens.
Okay. So you're searching, but at least right now that one robot has not yet spotted you because it's so focused on another set of shots on Cash and on Skogar. Cash, why don't you roll Cash and Skogar, each of you roll a bronze stunt.
But I'm blasting.
Well, yeah, then tell me what you're blasting.
All right. I mean,
talk to me.
I'm shooting my laser pistols before they shoot me.
Then that would be seems like a bronze, probably like that's a
nerves shoot, right?
Yeah, nerve shoot, I think.
Nerves. You son of a stupid dice. Why do you have to match?
I know, right?
I feel like this is harder than other games.
It is a little bit, but it's almost more worth it when you are successful, because it makes it that much better. So you shoot, you miss. It shoots you back. I need you to roll a brawn stunt, please.
Well, that is 2 successes.
Okay. So basic success.
Basics, one success.
Okay. Yep. So, because you've matched 2, so it's basic success. So, once again, you dodge the majority, but you take 1 grit as a shot grazes your other arm. Skogar, what did you roll?
Bronze stunt was 2 basic successes. Now I feel the other way. I don't know what it is about this rolling system, but I roll so hot.
Okay. So you got 2 basic successes, and you are able to not be grazed by any shots.
He uses his reaction then, as he's not grazed.
Okay.
To use counter, one of his skills.
Okay.
React against an enemy by rolling brawn plus fight instead of requested skill. So either way, he was probably going to use this anyways. But he steps up, says, "I told you the targeting sensor was off. You just need an adjustment." And he swings his big wrench down, because he was briskly walking forward last time. So I'm assuming he's maybe caught up with him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, roll your brawn fight.
Yeah.
You got 6 dice for that bad boy.
Oh, no. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Really?
Oh, man. Good in Yahtzee, bad here.
That's where my luck just ran out because I got cocky about it.
So you miss it, and the robot swings one of its arms around, and it grabs you. It grabs you by the head, and then it's going to grab you by the head to try to pick you up and throw you. Could you please roll I feel like you should roll a brawn stunt to see if you can evade this.
All right. Oh, 3 5s.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. With a critical success, you're able to shake free before any damage is done to you. And you put yourself in a good position. Would Cash or Luke like to do something?
So the robot just tried to squeeze my head. You could hear even the gears going.
Yep.
And it couldn't do it because of Skogar's ridiculously thick skull.
Perfect.
I'd like to see if keep searching for that weakness. And I've got my blaster at the ready.
Yeah, do it.
And there's a basic success.
Okay. You see that it might take a little bit of work, but you see that there is there's like a very small, hard to discern small back panel in like the lower left. That looks like maybe there's something behind there that would be beneficial.
All right, I'll look behind there.
So, well, you gotta work for it. So, you got a basic success, man. So it's like it's not going to be that easy for you. So, so you're going to need to do. Let's see. So, what kind of random tools do you think Luke might have on his person?
I'm sure he's got some sort of spork, fork, knife thing because he would use it to eat. But
okay. Mm-hmm. So why don't you use that and try a brawn force for me to try to break into that?
Nothing.
Okay. You're just like you're taking that spork and you're like scraping the metal and making an awful noise, and then the robot swings behind it.
Oh no.
And I would like you to do a let's see. I'll try to give you the best. I mean, honestly, it's probably brawn stunt. It's probably your best option, I think.
That's 4.
Yeah.
1 basic success.
Okay. It just taps it taps you like with its hand, and just kind of takes you off balance for a second, but doesn't actually manage to damage you, because it was just swinging at you. If it was shooting a laser, like multiple lasers, that might be a different story. Cash, you want to do something?
I do. I want to. I want to like run up to the thing and just kind of like just push its aiming system off.
Okay.
Or push it towards the other one. That's what I want to do. So when it goes to blast, it's not going to blast me, but rather the other machine.
So that feels like a brawn. That kind of feels like brawn force to me.
Sure.
Right, because you're trying to like push it.
Yeah. Can I have one adrenaline marked off. Can I add a die to it? Is that how adrenaline works?
Yes, you can.
So that's what I'm going to do.
But then you've spent that adrenaline though.
Gotcha.
Which is fine.
I mean, that's what it's there for.
Yes.
And I'm glad I did that because it's complete failure. 6-5 or 2. Wonderful.
Oh.
I love this game. Where's my D20? I'm going to pull that out again.
Right.
Try that again.
Right. So you try to push. You were unsuccessful. Can you roll me a brawn stunt, please, as this robot tries to forcefully push you off of it?
Sure. Hey, look, I rolled the exact same thing, a 6-5, a 4-2.
Okay, it pushes you back with extreme prejudice as you take one grit from just the bludgeoning of your body hitting the floor so hard as it pushes you away.
Cool. I'm getting so gritty up in here.
Yeah, you're hitting the gritty.
Yeah, I'm hitting it like the kids do.
Yeah, so Skogar, the one that you're in front of, it goes to bring its arm up and tries to shoot you close range. Why don't you roll a bronze stunt, but give yourself an extra die for a disadvantage for it? So it's going to give you 5 dice.
Uh-oh. Well, I have 5 to start. You say take 1 away?
Bronze stunt, you only have 4. Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong sheet. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, I think I got
add 1. So
6
bronze stunt. So you've got so give yourself 6 dice.
All right.
It's sort of a disadvantage for it, right?
Yeah. 2 3s, 2 4s. Man, I cannot fail here until I die.
So unfortunately, it is going to manage to graze you even at close range. You will take 1 grit. The other robot, as you have hit the ground, Cash, it's going to fire at you while you're down. Could you roll a bronze stunt?
Yeah, I guess so. Cool. A success that time. A basic success.
All right, cool. So you only take 1 grit as it grazes your leg.
All right.
While these robots are focused on my compatriots, I want to head for the door and see if I can open it up.
Okay. You head over to the door. And
can I see it open?
You see that there is a number pad next to the door.
We don't have any numbers, do we? Oh, we've got the key. Does the key work? Is there numbers on the key right now?
Do you have the key?
I had it before when we were scanning it to try to get our scanners done.
Then yes, you have the key. You can look for numbers, sure. As you're looking for numbers, the Skogar cast, do you guys want to do anything like return fire, anything?
Oh, I'm returning fire like whoa.
Okay.
Ditto.
And like whoa, I mean I'm probably gonna mess with my nerve shoot, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, it is 4.
Dice love me. Yeah, no, that's no. I'm glad I rolled those 3 6s earlier in the night because that felt good.
Right.
Everything else has felt like shit.
Yeah. Skogar, you want to do something?
Yeah. So what Skogar is going to do, he's going to use his martial arts skill that he hasn't done before, which is more of a hand-to-hand thing. And he notices that the robot's about to shoot again. So he's going to kind of punch up at the robot and try to re-aim the pistol arm towards the other robot, as an attack of just kind of flavoring it.
Okay, so this is like a physical thing that you're doing, right?
Oh yeah.
So this feels like brawn force.
All right.
To me. And Luke, I sent you a message in the Zoom chat.
All right. And then as part of martial arts, he gets a free reroll. So what do I reroll? So if I have 1 critical success so far.
You have 1 critical success. So with your free reroll, you can roll the remaining that you have and you will still be able to keep your critical.
Oh, that became 4 2s.
Oh, nice. So then that is what is that one called again? That is an extreme success.
So he grabs the robot arm. He sees it. He sees the little red light where it is about to blink and shoots. And he just pushes the arm up and aims it at the other robot.
The other robot.
Sometimes it fires.
The other robot gets hit twice by 2 beams straight to the torso.
Well, that's what I wanted to do.
And it's like it kind of like tilts. it tilts forward a little bit as it's trying to regain its composure. Cash, now would probably be a good time to do something too.
I mean, I'd run up and blast it.
Yeah, I'm going to give you, because of the fact that it's not like, I'm going to give you an extra die of an advantage.
Cool. I can get a full straight and not
not succeed again.
Hey, close. I got 2 5s though. I did get a success.
Right. So yeah, you do manage to like graze it with a beam, but it doesn't seem to take much effect to it. Luke?
I have found a number on the key, and I'm going to punch it into the door keypad.
Okay. You punch it in, and the door is slowly opening. And when I say slowly, I'm like, it's like,
Jesus.
Like, it's going really, really slow. Like, it looks like this door hasn't been opened in a while. And it's going really slow. And you see the one robot like kind of turns its torso in the other direction, opposite from its legs, and it sees the door, and then it sees you, and it just opens fire on you. And I need you to roll a brawn stunt, please, to try to dodge out of the way.
Brawn stunt.
Yep.
That's 4.
Yep.
I got a basic success.
Okay. You slide out of the way, so you don't take all the shots, but you do take a shot in the knee though.
Okay.
It doesn't feel great.
Grit.
Yep. 1 grit.
Okay.
And you're just kind of like, come on, door open. And it's like this is the time where it's like dragging out, right? So it's like, so Cash, you went to shoot this thing, right? And and so now it's recentered itself, and it returns fire upon you. If you could do a brawn stunt, Skogar, the other bot is still within your close vicinity. It tries to grab you again, this time by the throat. I need you to do a brawn force.
All right.
So Cash, what'd you get?
I got nothing.
All right. Well, you got nothing. So then you're going to actually take 2 grit.
I got 1 basic success
of damage. And although it does not grapple you, Skogar, you do take 1 grit as it does like kind of sort of bludgeon you as it's trying to restrain you. Luke, the door is now open to a point where you think maybe you could slide underneath it, Indiana Jones style almost.
Hell yeah.
Even though that would mean it was closing, but it's not, it's opening, but so you don't have to wait for it. So so you're okay, so you should probably roll a I feel like this needs to be, well, no, brawn stunt seems right, because you're trying to forcefully slide through this thing. I feel like that makes sense.
Well, I got the small straight 1, 2, 3, 4. So
yeah, that's nothing.
Nope.
So you're like, oh, the door's not quite open enough yet. That's what it is. The door is just not quite there enough yet.
Too much bread at dinner. Can't squeeze under.
Oh, not too many carbs, not enough protein.
That buffet was a bad idea.
And these robots are getting ready to attack you guys again. You want to do something? Or
yeah,
you Cash, you just giving up?
I mean, what's the point of rolling? I think at this point.
So Skogar will.
I'm going to try to dive through the door.
Okay.
Yeah, Skogar will just kind of try to on the one that he's next to.
Yeah.
Kind of just jam up into one of the joints.
Okay.
And yank out some wires.
Okay. Brawn force. I would say, Cash, it sounds like maybe a brawn stunt, or, well, I would give you the benefit. I would give you the benefit of, and actually this would also apply to you, Luke, as well. You could also do a smooth stunt if that's a better option.
I will do smooth stunt.
As it's more of like a slick move, right?
Let's see how slick I can get.
Yeah, do it. So go for it. We'll let Cash go first.
All right, I got a success. One at least. Basic.
Okay. You do slide under the door. But yeah, you kind of twist your ankle a little bit and take a grit.
Of course I do. I have a condition now because I'm bad.
Okay. So yeah,
you gain 1 adrenaline too upon becoming bad.
Yeah, so you look nervous. So if you go to the section where the sheet sape you look, so you look nervous, which means
I feel like I look tired of this bullshit.
No, nope, sorry. So what that means then is that anytime that you roll something with nerves, you're going to be minus a die. You're going to lose a die.
Okay.
And
the nice thing is, if you're only rolling 1 die, it always matches.
And Skogar, what did you roll?
Skogar needs to go to a casino because Skogar got 1 critical and 1 basic. And even and I tried martial arts after that. It didn't improve.
So describe to me what this move is you're doing.
So Skogar's up close with the robot that he's next to, and as it takes a shot and turns its head, he notices there's a gap in the back of its armor plating on the back. He reaches his fists up there, grabs a bunch of wires, and just yanks them out. And he's just now Skogar's got 5 pieces of loose wire.
Yeah, so as you do that, a bunch of sparks fly off of it, and it kind of like is like sort of jerking around, like unable to control its movements fully, and it's wildly swinging at you. Could you roll a brawn stunt for me, please, with an extra die?
With 1 extra die.
Yes, brawn stunt.
That becomes 2. No, oh my God, Chris. I don't know what it is. I have all of the luck. You have none.
I literally have nothing tonight.
1
I blew it on the first roll.
So yeah, you dodge out of the way of its flailing arms. And so Cash, you're under the door. Luke, were you gonna go under as well?
I got 1 basic success.
You also go. You go under. However, you rail your shoulder pretty hard as you pass underneath, and you also take a grit.
Okay.
Of damage.
What do we see on this side of the door?
You see, it's a very well lit, pretty bright room, and you see it's pretty small. We're gonna say it's like about 20 feet square, and in front of you, at the other end of this room, there is a much smaller than this first door, like a large metal, like super strong metal door with what you perceive to be a hole in the door in the center.
Okay.
And you see so Cash, as you notice this, your scanner turns back on, starts to frizzle fry and get hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter, and then it just explodes on your side, on your hip, and you take another grit.
Cool.
As the scanner explodes. Luke,
as soon as I see Cash's explode, I take mine and I throw it under the door towards the robot that's still out there.
Nice.
Okay, so I think that would require a little something. So why don't we call that let's call that a nerves stunt.
A nerve stunt. So that's 4. I got a basic success.
All right. So you do get it off of your person, but as you're going to toss it, it explodes, and so it burns your hand. So you also take a grit, unfortunately.
Oh, so we're leaving?
No, I think I see a place to put this key.
Okay.
Don't let that robot get us.
So
Guard says, "Is there a control panel on that side of the door?" He doesn't.
Yeah. So are you answering his questions, or are you doing the door? What's going on?
I'm not answering his questions. I'm going with the key towards the hole in the door.
Okay. So as you take this key and you shove it into the keyhole and you turn it, you hear this very loud hydraulic mechanical release noise as this door just releases and slowly slides open, and you back up. And as you back up, you just see, like, the further it opens, the further this room just gets consumed by brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter light. By this time, as this is happening, that door that you came through is all the way open. And Skogar, you look and you see this door opening, the very bright light. Cash, you see the same thing. So Luke, as you open the vault, your vision is consumed by a bright white light. All you can hear is a faint voice calling out to you. It's calling your name over and over again. And it's just a faint voice. Lucar. 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 We need to get them the hell out of here, the voice says. These are the ones. These are the ones we must save. And your eyes, Lucar, open, and you are laying in a hospital bed. You are Lucar, the halfling.
Oh.
Over you is the face of Dean Branchbreaker, shaking, trying to wake you up. He looks more frantic than you've ever seen him look in the entire time that you've been at Windshire University. And he looks at you frantically, but then he's excited and he says, "Oh, good." And then he runs away from you, and he goes and Cash, he goes over to you hear your name getting called. Kashan. And you feel yourself like kind of shaking as your eyes open, and you see Dean Branchbreaker shaking you awake as you Kashan, the changeling paladin, is laying in a hospital bed, very similar to the bed that oh goodness gracious, that your previous iteration was laying in when he was going through his cure.
What?
And he says, "Oh, good. Let me go to. I can't seem to wake Azuri or Alyssa or Velma. Let me go to Skogar." And Skogar, you same thing. Skogar, and your body's shaking as you open your eyes and you see that you are barely fitting in this hospital bed. And you see the dean over you, like trying to shake you, but you're kind of burly, so he's having a hard time. But he's like trying to wake you up.
And Skogar, as he's trying to wake me up, you can tell he's in a deep sleep, and he's just kind of cuddling with the pillow and the side of the mattress. Sophia, I'll never forget you, Sophia.
Yes, that's awesome. And so you start to wake up, and he says, "Oh, thank Eberron, you've all awakened. Now I need you all to get up. We must leave immediately. He runs over to you. He's trying to pull you up into a sitting position, and pull you all out of bed. He says, the university is under attack. This is very bad.
What is going on?
We need to get you all to safety right away.
Some sort of dream?
Oh, absolutely not, Luca. This is unfortunately very much real. This is I was the prophecy didn't speak of this happening so soon. We must go. All of you were in a coma of sorts from whatever that battle was with that demon bear thing. And you've been out for quite some time.
Where's your captain, though?
Says, it's been a year. and he says, I still can't get the others awake. It's just the three of you. We've got to get you out. And he yells over to a nurse that's on the other side, tending to the other three, and saying, like, we have to figure out how to get them in some sort of stretcher containment, something. We need to try to bring them along somehow. And so there's two aides that are trying to like put to like fashion like this sort of like a gurney, but like that will fit them like in succession, so they can kind of just push them all through. It's like, because we have to go through this. We have to go here through this escape tunnel, out of this emergency exit. This is the only we can't go the other way. And out you can hear the sound of explosions and screams happening like outside from where you are in this infirmary. And he points on the bed and on your beds, and there's brown robes, like cloak robes that's on the bed that you can each put on. Says, where are those? Cover yourselves. We have to go. I've got everything you need here. And he holds up a bag, and Luke, you can tell that it is a bag of holding.
Ooh, okay.
So, he's Dean's got you covered. Actually, why don't you this is kind of funny. So why don't you do a
I don't have my other character sheet in front.
I was gonna say I'll give you. I say, Luke, I'll give you an option. You can do a perception check, or you could do a focus detect.
Let's focus detect.
All right, cool.
How many? Because I don't have my other character sheet.
So focus detect, you're gonna get 3 dice. Yeah. Oh
jeez, I'd rather roll a d20. Oh, I got a basic success.
Okay. So you can assess that that the dean, that this is 100%. Not only is this 100% real, the dean is 100% honest with you and what's going on. And he's like, we need to go.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. While I'm following the dean to wherever the secret tunnel is, I start grabbing stuff out of the bag of holding and dispersing it to Cash and Skogar.
Yep. So yeah, so as you guys are on the move, because I'm assuming Cash, you do the same, and Skogar, you do the same.
Yeah.
As long as I have to roll these six-sided dice.
Yeah, like
just don't make you roll any more sets of six-sided dice.
Yeah, just no more rolling, and I'll do whatever.
Role playing is okay though, just not rolling.
Yeah, I'll definitely go along with this because I'm
So as you all are leaving, so you guys are walking up with and keeping up with the dean, and he's taking you down takes you down a set of like down like a shallow like ramp. Um, and then there's a few steps. So like there's two aides that are like trying to help maneuver these gurneys to try to keep everybody together, and they're really struggling, but they're working through it. So they're kind of further behind, but they're trying to stay caught up with you guys. And as you get to this the exit of this tunnel, and there's an under a lightning rail that like you're used to seeing, right, from in Eberron from up above, that you've traveled on a few times, and you see this lightning rail, and he says, "Here, we must all get onto this lightning rail, and this will take us where we need to go. We have to get out of here."
I mean, it's no Star Dancer, but okay.
Says, "Star what?"
Oh, yeah.
And so he gets you all. He makes sure everybody gets on. And then the lightning rail starts to move, and he's like, he starts to breathe for a second, and he looks at you all. It's like, "Are you what can you remember anything from your time out?"
I mean, everything's strange. I remember we were like flying through space in a machine.
You were there and sort of a jerk.
Well, I mean, some days it's not far off from how it really is.
You're telling me.
we were looking for a key. We had a key, and we had to go into a vault. We're looking for a vault to opening a vault. We were the same, but we were in space. It was strange.
What is this key you speak of?
The bag of holding, and what's this?
No.
The singularity key.
So you say the singularity key.
I do say it was called the singularity key.
How would you even know that existed?
I mean, I just told you I don't know anything. I don't know how it.
We stole it from Tud.
Well, I mean, that's not true. That's not false.
But I found no sort of. I shouldn't say I. When you were found, there was no sort of key. There was no keys on your person. But the myth of the singularity key is deeply rooted in Eberron. But not many know of it.
Well, we all know now.
This is puzzling. We all know now. And he says,
who's attacking the university and why?
Well,
my parents are going to be very upset with all the amount of tuition we pay or scholarship money we get.
I understand. Imagine how many parents are going to be upset that many of their children are dead, as the students have been killed.
What the hell happened? How do we? You say we were out. Like, how do we get unconscious? What the hell?
He says, so the dean looks at you and he just sighs. I don't honestly know. All I know is that our magic school picked up a significant burst of magic energy. And when we went to discover the source of it, we saw some humanoid, part bear thing that was sort of laying in the middle of this charred circle, and all of you were laying around the edge of that circle, unconscious. We brought you back. We've been doing our best to keep you alive, but yet none of you would wake. And it is that point that, surprising enough to me, that
The prophecy appeared to have started early. Hence the attack. As we suffered significant blows from a gold dragon who is in service of Khyber and bringing about the second coming of the morning. The first step has happened. But thankfully, we have you. This whole time that you've been attending this school, you've been receiving a special training, unlike any of the other students. It is because you six are the defenders of Eberron, and you're our last hope. And that's where we're going to end.
Bum, bum, bum.
So me pay.
There's only 3 of us. The other 3 are gone.
So me painting that fence, that was part of my training.
Yes, Goga. Yes, it was.
And it's at this point that so then when we pick back up, Windshire, so Eberron Adventures, Windshire University is now no more. So now when we pick back up next time, it will be Eberron Adventures, the Defenders of Eberron. And it will be the 6 of you, and we will start down a different series of adventures for you, as you are the ones that have been destined to save the future of the world of Eberron.
Man, and I just bought my books too for the next semester. Oh, what a waste!
Is Dean Branchbreaker like the Nick Fury of this world, and this is the Defenders? This is the Defenders initiative.
100% is, absolutely. He is the he's all those.
I'm Nick Fury.
He's the he's the Nick Fury. He's the what's her name that leads the Suicide Squad. Like he's all of those. He's all those types of little leaders of the super groups.
Nice.
So it's basically like a D&D super group that you guys are now going to become. And on that note, when I say super group,
we level up.
So Luke, you will level up 1 level. Everybody else will level up 2.
Oh, snap, Luke.
As we take this up a notch.
To be fair, I think I've been like 2 or 3 levels ahead of you guys all this time.
Correct. So. Exactly.
I thought it was just because you asked.
because spoiler alert from the first season, I guess it would be.
Yeah, it was way back when.
Yeah. There was a secret note that I sent because I just assumed you didn't listen to it, Chris. So I've just filled you in that there was a secret note that his character got that basically said, take 2 free levels up. And it was like really early on in the game. That's why he was casting fireballs. It's so early on.
I don't pay attention to what everybody else is doing.
and also why I was not using the fireball very well.
Yes, exactly.
I can barely remember what my level is.
That was well role played out. So, and I'll message the other guys and let them know what their deal is. And
so we're going up 2, hey?
You're going up 2.
What's it? I cannot remember. What's that bring us to?
I don't know, man. Just look at what you were and add 2 to it.
That's the problem. I'm really bad about writing down anything.
Just remember 2. If you need me to send a group message, I will.
I mean, I'll tell you as soon as get D&D Beyond open here. I have myself as level 6.
Yeah, because I'm at 7, so like we should all be at 8, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, that sounds right.
Oh well, if that's the case, then no. Then Luke, you need to level up 2 also. Then
you want me at 9?
Yes, I do.
9. That's a milestone level for a caster.
Sorry. It's on purpose.
Not fair. I'll remember this during our one shot next week.
I mean, I wouldn't blame you considering how you've rolled and then this.
I got those 3 6s at the beginning. I'll take that. And...
You just got to level up your other character up 2 levels so that when we come back, you potentially get a bunch of fun, new, different things that your character could do. So that's kind of a nice reward, right, for suffering through Outgunned.
I mean, I wish I was level 9.
Just wait till how much better I stop. Just wait till how much better I get at Outgunned if I just play it and read it a little bit more.
Well,
I think conceptually it's a fun system.
Yeah.
Chris, is there anything we need to do for your thing, or will you send out information?
well, I don't know. I gotta see if there's any. I mean, if you want to create a character, by all means do that. But otherwise, I could.
Is it Cthulhu?
Yeah, it's called Cthulhu. It's going to be called Cthulhu.
And what's give us like a 3-word flavor of it.
Umami.
Well,
That's
I
3
think
syllables. Umami.
I think
That's
it's
3
going to
words.
be something happens on your way to a Halloween party.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
All right.
And I feel like my character is going to have it the worst in at least the first session, probably.
Create your first character and then just throw him away because he already died.
Wait, that's my role.
Yeah. Yeah. Create your character, send it to me. I'll look them over, and then I'll tell you to make another one.
Yeah, so if you want to create a character, you can, but I could find some pre-gens also and put them into the Discord. And
is there how many versions of Call of Cthulhu are there? Have there been?
I believe
Has there
this
just
is
been
the 7th edition.
I think that's correct.
But I also think that
It hasn't changed very much over those 7.
yeah, like unlike Dungeons and Dragons, like you could just take any of them and could just kind of with minor changes be like, now we're doing this one,
So where do I because I bought these
Let me
at
see the book.
books.
Let me see it.
This guy?
That's the same one I have.
Yeah, that's the latest one.
That's
So
the most recent one.
Yeah, I got these at half price books, man. Like the 2 books together was like $50.
Nice.
I mean, I saw them in your background. I was like, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
you got them.
What's that box
Okay.
game?
This one?
Yeah.
Forbidden Lands.
Nice.
I've got a handful that I'm just kind of I'm like, that looks cool. I won't play it for like a year, but that looks really cool. So I just kind of
Yeah.
but I've put myself on pause for a while. Okay. So yeah, that's where I wanted to put us to a good spot. And I was kind of getting impatient and wanting to get to the more fun, cooler stuff that I had thought about. Like the whole school concept was fun, but after a while I was like, okay, I want to switch this up a little bit. So
Time to move on.
that's why I took the advantage of the Outgunned scenario to sort of make that happen without making it I didn't want to go down the multiverse path for so many reasons. But what did you guys like? Okay.
That'll be in phase 5.
Yeah. So just quick feedback. Did you guys like Outgunned, the system itself, or yes or no, maybe? Would you try it again?
I think it's like it seemed like most of my character could only roll 3 dice at a time, and
Yeah.
so
It felt
it felt underpowered for the game.
Okay.
yeah. I was like,
felt the
it's
opposite though. Like my characters, I had so many scenarios where I was rolling 6 dice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looking down my sheet, I can't roll less than 3, and most of them are 4, and a good amount are 6.
Wow.
So I don't know if they're like built differently from one to the next.
They
I
must
would
be
say
because I don't
they
have
for
any
sure are.
6s.
You don't have any 6s? I have
No,
1,
like I
2,
think the
3,
highest
4,
I have would be a
5.
5.
I have 7 categories of 6s.
That's crazy. Unless
seems-
unless I built your character wrong, that could be it. That's possible. You never know. It's my
It
first
just
time
seems
doing it.
it just seems very difficult to like. It seems like relatively easy. I'll just get a couple matches and you're set. But I don't know. Just I guess after having like a whole night of not getting anything, I'm like, I don't know what I'm not the doctor of math like some other members of our group are doctors of math, where they could tell me,
Yeah.
what are the odds of it actually happening?
The probability, right? Mhm.
it seems less likely to me. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I loved the free play of it, because I think it really leans into like using the environment and being really creative.
Yeah.
But the turn order was like kind of hard to follow. Like I felt like what was it? Not 1, 2, 3 shoot. What was the one that you played, Chris? So
the
3, 2, 1 action.
3, 2, 1 action. Yeah.
Where we all staged an action before the turn and then everybody went at once. I felt like I could wrap my head around the battle a little bit better during that. So like something in between those two, I think would be like, feel like, I don't know, turn-based combat again, even though this leans away from it though. So maybe that's the point.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's opportunity to like read into the game a little bit more from my end, but I also think that in some ways there's certain things that are a little bit too open-ended in the rule set, where it's like it doesn't give you enough of an explanation for certain things to understand, well, what if this happens? It's like, am I, as a director or whatever, am I supposed to just make a decision, to like, of what the call is to make? Which it seems like that happens a lot, which is fine, but it's still, it makes for a little bit more challenging to like go through fight sessions and stuff like that, especially at a pace that makes sense. But anyway, I thought it was cool to try something different.
No, I think trying something different is always fun.
Yeah, like, I thoroughly enjoyed this, and I kind of want to maybe even adapt it to one of the games that I'm playing with my nieces and nephews.
And I do have another one, same system, called Golden Compass, and it's like more of like a Indiana Jones type adventuring type stuff. That might be fun to try. It's a similar type of dice system, but that's a ways away to read up on.
I thought we were all gonna Indiana Jones that last door, by the way. I don't know. Did anybody else think that like we were all gonna slide underneath it all at the same time, and like somebody's gonna pull back their hat? And
we gotta grab the hat or whatever.
I was gonna pull back my wrench.
Right.
Luke dropped the key, and he's gotta grab it real quick.
So cool. I was expecting this to end faster, but the robot battle was going on for a while. But that seemed to be fun for everybody except for Chris, I think. So sorry, man, can't win them all. But so thanks for playing. I guess I've never created a character in Cthulhu, but I can try. Is there a time setting for that?
I mean, it's gonna be period? like it's a standard 1920s. Okay. Adventure.
Got it.
Cool.
All
right.
I'll see what
I hope it'll be fun. Just want to do a little something scary for the holiday.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Awesome.
All right. Have a good one, everybody.
Well, thanks, guys. Yeah, thanks for playing. Have a good night.
Bye.
Thanks to all of you for listening to the Wednesday Night Crew play Outgunned. The students of Windshire are now back in Eberron, but things have changed. It's a whole year later. What happened? Why are they the saviors of Eberron? They were just a bunch of second-year students. We'll pick back up with that crew soon enough. But next week, we start a spooky adventure in the Cthulhu rule set about a bunch of kids spending the night in a haunted house. Call of Kid Cthulhu. Be sure to listen to this one. Thanks for listening, and as always, see you next week. Hey there, listeners. Would you like to support the Wednesday Night Crew as we go on adventures in Eberron, as well as our other adventures in other systems like Mason, Alien the Role-Playing Game, Call of Cthulhu, and many others? Then be sure to visit patreon.com/Eberron Adventures. Heck, you could be as famous as our supporters Jonathan, Andrew, and Sean. You get your name up in lights. Well, maybe not lights, but how about the end credits? Soon enough, we will be adding more tiers to our Patreon with cool things like character names, character creation, homebrew items. The list will be endless. So please be sure to visit patreon.com/Eberron Adventures to donate and be a part of the family. And as always, see you next week.